we're still here at the Otten Cup. We're going to do a roundtable talk with the guests you saw in the previous podcast, Ernest Faber, Aloys Wijnker, and Mario Gomez. We'll do it in English, makes it more easier for you. It's going to be in conversation, so join in. It's not just a Q&A. Let's start with here at the Otten Cup. We're seeing new innovations. I think you said it in your podcast, Ernest, that you always also look at other sports about innovations. How are they trying to change the game? Looking at other sports, are there any innovations you see that you would like to see also in football?
No, my family, my wife is from hockey.
Hockey. Field hockey, yeah?
Field hockey.
Yeah.
And they just make the experience. You just do it.
Yeah.
Try it, and then they will see what's the result.
With new rules?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And the offside rule, they changed it with other boxes.
Yeah.
And we do the same on the training pitches.
Now with PSV also.
Yeah, we do the same.
Yeah.
We play without offside, without throw in like that. 1 touches, 2 touches.
Yeah.
Everything is possible because the players are not the problem. It's more the old stuff who can follow the development.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you worked in the United States, so I think that they're known for it, also for innovating rules in the NBA, the NFL. Are there any things you saw there that you think, hey, that could be interesting for football?
No, coming back on Ernest's point about offside, of course you have to test it because I have my doubts on that, but you can test. In the US, they also had the rule no heading before 12 years old. I think it's also starting in Europe in some countries.
Brain damage, it is, huh?
Yeah, so heading is not. It's not possible. So without heading because of the brain.
Yeah.
But yeah, that has another goal in it than it's on about the game. But on the other hand, you're losing high ball, so you have to play more the game. So I don't know, but again, it's a medical thing. Yeah. It's got nothing to do with the game. But I don't know a rule, so I'm happy with the rules we are testing this weekend. Yeah. But again, that's my opinion. So let's first start with that.
For you, are you looking at other sports? Do you think that's interesting?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I love innovations, but for me, it has to be always more attractive afterwards. So it doesn't make sense. For me, the video assistant referee, for me, for example, is, as we're doing at the moment, it's pain in the ass to me because me, especially as a striker, you're celebrating and then you have to wait like 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 minutes.
You see the pain of strikers now.
No,
that celebrate
about everything. I mean, this is just how we're doing it. It's not great in a great way. So we should, especially in the Bundesliga, it's crazy bad. So we have to adapt really. I mean, I like the video for offside. It's very clear. For something what we were talking before, that somebody is punching somebody out.
Like Ernest before would do.
Yes. Yeah. So for those kind of things, it's necessary. But But to interrupt everything because of the video assistant, that's really not nice, and it's not perfect how we are doing it. But in general, as we spoke before, the throw-in to make a kick in makes much more sense. We don't use the hands. Why we have the throw-ins? The changes, so substitutions of the players. I really like to have them on in-out, like we are trying here to do it. Which helps the players and also the coaches, as we spoke before. The bad guy is not always the one who is going out, so he has just a bad moment. He's coming in 5 minutes later. He's in a different shape, and he can show the people again, okay, I'm here. So that's what I really would love to see.
Aloys, do you agree with, for example, what Mario is saying about throw-in, using your hands? Doesn't really make sense if you look at the essentials of the game?
It's correct, and I already mentioned it before. It speed ups the game, and when there is more speed, there is no time to complain for coaches, for players, because the ball is running, and so you have to play all the time. So it will help. Again, less conversation between referee and players and fans, but also players. We want to see the game. We don't want to see complaining around the ref.
Yeah. When I look to our ages, the age of 8, 10, 11, then you see everything what we like: high intensity, high press, recovery, small pitches. No offside, no referee.
They
fly around the pitch. Everybody's laughing. Everybody's happy. 100%. Not like 65 or like that. They don't complain, and everybody's as a party. But then we put them in.
We were talking about the new rules. So in the beginning, we had our doubts on kick in that we all got corner kicks in the game, but that's not happening. No. I mean, that was. Well, I was expecting maybe always high balls also from behind, but it's not happening. No. Players are dribbling, short passes. So what I see so far, but also 2 years ago, it helps the game a lot.
They're still waiting for the referee. When there's a free kick, they wait.
Sometimes when it's around the box, but when it's in the field, they can do what they want. Of course, players have to adapt, so it's new for them. So, But I think players learn very fast, what I see so far. So...
That's what I told him also. All the new rules, the guys from our club, from Bragantino, they never played with these rules. They just arrived in the morning. They had one training session, and you can.
You didn't talk about it with the players?
No. They were talking, but they never tried it there. So they came here, but it's not that they are like, oh fuck, this is the new rule. No. It's like it's natural. It's so natural. So everything is happening very, very. Like you say, with 11 years, you're just playing. You're taking the ball. You're running with the ball, and this is what this rule is showing us here in this tournament. Yeah, or you guys have it.
Well, I think we're like we all have the same idea, about the future of football. But how can you try to change football? Like it's also a traditional game, because. We spoke about offside. Marco van Basten did in a podcast again this week. He said what you said, I think, Aloys. Everyone thinks if you don't have offside anymore that it's going to be a crazy game. And he said, no, people will get smarter and there will be an evolution of football. But how can you combine the need for new ideas with the traditions of the old football?
So then you have to test, and I mentioned it before. I'm very happy with PSV that they open up the tournament to do a tryout with the new rules. So I think it's fantastic. PSV is open for that, but also the teams. Yeah. Because 2 years ago we organized the same, but then coaches will say, but we have to prepare for the competition, so we don't want to try too many new rules because we have to prepare. But again, think out of the box, and everyone is open. So I'm very happy with that. And that's the same with the offside rule. In the end, we have to try out somewhere what's happening. And Marco thinks that players and teams will adapt. Maybe he's right, but we have to see. Yeah. We have to try.
Yeah. Maybe we try out with AirPods. I'm coaching and interactive. They can listen to me.
No, but
it's good for the coach, yeah. So more awareness.
We're talking about coaches. I think
the behavior of the coaches nowadays is a little bit, sometimes too angry.
No, but like coaches, like young players, they will adapt to new things really easily. Sure. But what does a modern coach need, you think, in the future? If you're looking at changing the rules and everything, is that still someone who can be very traditional about football, or do you need different coaches in the future?
No, of course.
What kind of qualities does he need, the coach of the future, you think?
I think it's the same. They should just understand more the individual. This is what I mentioned before, that football is getting more individual, that the players are getting more into the focus. The clubs are not that big anymore, the players are bigger. Mm-hmm. So we should accept that and realize that and work with this. And that's nothing about age, it's something about accepting. And if you can accept rules, new rules, it doesn't matter how old you are. So even the older guys, they are accepting new rules. They are smarter, they are better because they adapt to the situation. And this is the same in football. I think just because we had the throw-in for 100,000 years, why we should have it the next 100,000 years? If it makes more sense, and we should think about why not. People in the stadium, as I told you before, they are coming to this football stadium because they love the sport, and we should not change the whole game, because that's why football is so famous, because of the rules we have now. But there are things people should on the stadium, they should realize, okay, this is going on. If it's too complicated for everybody and nobody understands anything anymore, then it's not good. But
that's right.
For example, now that the time when the ball is out, stop the time. It's fantastic. I mean, you will never struggling again against Italian teams, because it's just impossible then for them. So
you lost a lot against Italian teams.
No, but some way it's like it's also part, because the mental part is so important in football, and this is also part of their game. And I love it because they use it. They use their mental power to beat you, and this is something we should have also in the future. But just wasting time in making 4 substitutions in minute 85 to 90, it's something you get crazy as opponent. So I love it to have the
So for me, that rule we can do immediately. So the subs on the fly, start immediately, because it's easy and no change. On the other hand, also what we see this weekend, I mean, I think everyone is seeing the game and nothing changed really into the game of football, but it speeds up. So what I heard so far, but also what I've seen, I mean, everyone is happy and thinks, let's do it immediately.
But is this also what we need if we want to change the game, that you need like Red Bull, the Dutch Football Association, PSV, with the Otten Innovation Cup, that we have a tournament with serious level of play. These are the hopefully the stars of the future.
Change of the game is not happening in an office in Zeist or in
Leipzig or in Eindhoven.
Where is it in Frankfurt, or where is the German
Frankfurt,
DFB, Frankfurt? I mean, in the end, you have to change on the game. So in events like this or in competition, when it's really on the field. So again, that's why we are very happy with this.
Do you think if the IFAB or the FIFA sees this, sees the results of this kind of level of games,
it will help.
Will it help?
Yeah, for sure it will help, because everyone is positive. The FA is here, the DFB is here, big clubs are here. Of course that will help. But they don't want to make changes. When they have doubts, they're not going to change. But when the doubts are gone, I believe change will come.
Yeah, but Aloys, when they visit the games of the under 10, under 11, or come to the academy, then they see the change of, because the players go in the gymnastic hall, they make their own rules. Yeah, they don't need a referee. It's nice to see. They understand each other. They are 10 years old. There's one leader, and we are smiling, and they have a party, and they enjoy it, and then a new generation is coming.
That's correct, but let's say the older generation, they make the rules, because they in the end they are in charge. So, for example, the rule of a foul, you get a yellow card. Normally, you get a yellow card, but now it's 5 minutes out. Yeah. So when we introduced it 2 years ago, then let's say the conservative people said, but that's part of the game. It's a professional foul. It's part of the game. Yeah, for me, it's not part of the game. You make a foul. I mean, we were also talking about European Championships years ago. The Italian player, I think, Bonucci made a foul. 2 minutes. Against England. 2 minutes, and everyone said, that's professional. Yeah, it's not professional. It's a foul. Yeah. So now 5 minutes out. But the conservative people say, that's part of the game. It's part of professional football. So there is sometimes some disagree on that.
On this rule, you just have to think about that it will be much more pressure to the referees, because they are changing the rhythm of the game always when they are using the card. So it's better, because they're not just giving it like they do sometimes.
No, you're right.
Life would be easier for you and more difficult for you if you go back in the days. For yellow card, 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, but players will adapt. We are already talking about it. Players will adapt. So players will coach each other. Be careful, because otherwise you're 5 minutes out. So players will change their behavior.
Yeah. I see like Formula 1, we have a car, we are the car, and then new tires. And still everybody likes the sport because of the speed. Yeah. Traditional footballers, the wideness of the game, but still new tires. We need every year new tires, new wings like that, and you have your own inventors, your youth players. They give you the information you need.
That's it. Yeah,
but you have on the top, some guys who have to, they can't follow anymore. Then you don't change the rules. For sure.
This is it. Thank you, Ernest. Thank you, Aloys. Thank you, Mario. Hope to see you hopefully maybe next year here back, or in a couple of years, like you said, in a professional league in Holland or in Germany.
FIFA World Cup.
FIFA World Cup. We'll see. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.